Welcome back to the Kamui Pay or Play tournament here at Tunica, Mississippi at Harris Casino. We're here with John Bertone. John, welcome.
Thank you, JR. Very happy to be here and happy to finally come to the end of this.
Well, this is the final of the 9-ball, and my sentiments exactly. Adam Smith versus Brandon Shuff. Adam's in the white shirt, Brandon in the blue. This is going to be a race to 5. So, yeah, we're here on these lovely 10-foot diamond tables with the 4 1/4-inch pockets that have just been driving everybody insane this week. Really quite a table to behold. Just something about it to take the table up and then make the ball or the pocket size smaller.
Yeah, it's definitely been a challenge for a lot of the players. They really like it.
Well, Brandon is looking at this now. The table has been traditionally breaking well if the player breaks from the left-hand side here. Let's see what Brandon comes up with. They have been making that corner ball, which is the 7-ball, and even trying to make the 1-ball. So it's all good. See if he has this break captured. Okay, missed a corner ball. Looked like it hit a little bit high. He is going to leave a shot and what looks like an open rack.
Yeah, look at that.
About as open as it gets right here.
Yep. Looks like they all go.
7's a little bit of a big ball to run 2 rails, so I think Adam's going to fall 1 rail right onto the 2 and then slide over for the 3 and 4. He may even elect to get straight in on the 3 so that he can roll down and follow on the 4 and get it to 5.
Yeah, this is definitely a rack you don't want to let Adam have because he can easily run this out. He's spent a lot of time on these 10-foot tables this whole tournament.
So Kamui's our title sponsor for these events. How are you enjoying yourself?
Oh, this event has been absolutely awesome. Really nice, large venue. Almost has the Vegas feel. It's just that you're not in Vegas. But yeah, it's really cool. Nice setup.
Yes, it is. And he did get straight in on the 3 just about. I think he can cinch it or even run it around the 6-ball, 2 rails, and come back to 4.
And the players have been really, really nice and supportive, and happy to spend time with them and answer any questions that they may have. Because I'm the closest one in the U.S. to the factory, so.
Yeah, I guess so. I can see that point.
Yeah.
I think if I was a player, I'd be calling you. Okay, he did cinch it. He has the ability to come out quite a bit on this ball. And that's an important 6 inches right there to get that cue off the rail. Now he knows that he's going to come out and be able to deal with the 5 where he's looking. Mention a few of our sponsors. Of course, we have Diamond Billiard Products. They're the ones that put together this 10-foot table and brought 4 of them in, special made just for these events in the Diamond 10-foot challenge.
Oh.
Yeah, one came off the rail ahead.
Yeah, you watched that drift away from the rail a little bit, huh?
Yeah. Well, I think he aimed it out there. It was going at a pretty good pace.
Oh, boy. Alvin just got back from the buffet, and he's barely walking.
Yeah, Harris has the Paula Deen buffet here, and We all partook, and we loved every second of it. Unfortunately, you can't move afterwards.
Yeah, for dessert we had the ginormous bowl of any ice cream you wanted, any flavor.
Is that in one bowl?
Yeah, ladies, I wanted 3 flavors. Strawberry cookies and cream and vanilla, and she says, all that in one bowl? And she looked at me weird. And I smiled, I said, yup.
We'll make her fit. Brandon, one of them got away here. And he's going to leave Adam Smith a chance to draw first blood. A couple more of our sponsors. Got Viking Qs. That's vikingq.com. Kamui Tips, title sponsor. It's kamuitips.com. Cyberts. If you need any chalk or tips from Kamui, you can get them and a ton of others products over at cyberts.com. Adam's going to take the first game. Why don't we take a second and here to get a word from our sponsors. And we're back. Adam has set the balls up, and he's ready to start out game 2. Another one of our sponsors back here, Simona's Cloth. It's a tournament blue edition there on these 10-foot tables. I mean, they just really put the finishing touch on the look of this table.
Yeah. Would love to have one myself, but nowhere in Long Beach I could fit that table.
Adam hit those balls a ton.
Yeah, his breaking cue has something really strong on that end of that tip. You hear that little snap. Ugh. It hurts.
I think he's going to try and nick this ball. No English, just a flat ball. Take the cue ball up table, see if he can get it far enough away that it's a tough shot even if he does leave a keyhole like he just did. Brandon wants to nick the right-hand side of this one and kind of come down, get the 2 and involved in the game. I think this is maybe even the 3, depending on how thick he hits it. If he gets a boink here, he might get safe.
It's right there, one of the hardest shots to make from corner to corner.
Yeah. Well,
Let's see what happens.
These tables are 56 inches wide, playing surfaces is by 112. So, quite possibly some of the biggest pool tables in existence right now. I don't think they make a 6 by 12 table, so.
Nice.
Speared it in.
And Adam is also sponsored by Kamui. He's a really cool guy and very happy to have him on the team.
That ball skidded.
Goodness
That
gracious, every time I touch the ball.
he doesn't like what just happened. Well, that ball skidded. That hollow sound that you heard during the hit, the lower pitch, that was, believe it or not, just an everyday occurrence that happens when you play pool. It's a skid, and there's nothing you can do about it. They happen. And he recovered well. That was a great recovery. Brandon's sitting in the chair now, and there's nothing you can do except for maybe hope that your opponent gets out, because there's not a whole bunch that he can do wrong here. This is his hardest shot. Pretty fair hit right there.
Well placed.
And Brandon stepped up and gave him this. Maybe a quick final. We'll take another chance to hear from one of our sponsors. Be right back. And we're back. Adam Smith up 2-0. Getting ready to break. And you notice he's putting the 5 in the same spot every time. 6 is in the back. 4. And a rare dry break. Brandon can't believe he just can't get started here. So how long has Kamui been around, John?
Well, I would say coming on 9 years.
9 years?
Yeah. And it all started by Masato from Japan. He is an avid player himself and always had a frustration of inconsistencies when changing a tip on his cue.
Mm-hmm.
It was just very frustrating because he's very finite about his development and his progression of how he plays, and he plays very strong. I'd say he's close to pro ability or at pro ability, and that's in my opinion how I've watched him play when I was in Japan. So yeah, that's kind of how it started from over there, and how it started the relationship between him and I. He was connecting with actually my cue maker. Yeah, my cue maker said, well, the guy you really need to talk to is John. So we got that formal introduction, and Masato wanted to come to the BCA trade show. So I had him come over to my house, stay at my house, and we went to the BCA trade show, and I really was very hospitable with him. Took him in and for I think it was about a week or so, had a great time, and that's pretty much how the relationship started. And him as a person really cares about the players, about pool, about growing the sport. And the best way he can do that is through creating a really great quality product.
Look at that shot.
Yeah, I know. It was awesome. And I knew that from the very start, almost 9 years ago when I met him. So I saw the passion in his eyes and the sincerity.
Wow. That means that you're going on almost a decade now.
Yes, almost a decade. And the years are just ticking by very quickly. So this last time he was out at the BCA trade show a little over a week ago, I really showed him a time of his life. And when he got back home, he sent me a really nice email saying I just had an amazing time. So I think I one-upped him from my visit to Japan. I mean, he showed me a great time. I loved it. So I think I one-upped him, so I think he's going to have to one-up me when I go back.
Wow. Adam Smith getting ready to pocket 9-ball number 3. Kind of a funny stretch over that corner pocket. Brandon doesn't want to give him this one. He meant to make him shoot it. I think Adam just said, okay, whatever.
So Adam just ran a 3-pack?
No,
he didn't.
No, Brandon's had his turns at the
Yeah,
table.
he did. So what's the record on the 10-foot table so far? Did someone run a 4-pack on it? Stevie Moore did a 3-pack on it.
I think Alex ran a 4 or a 5-pack against Darren Appleton. We'll have to go back and re-watch that match. I think that's the only way to see it. We'll have that match up on our YouTube channel later this week.
Yeah, the applause in the background is Alex and Shane. That's the 9-ball on the 9-foot table.
Huh. In answer to 10-ball on the 10-foot table. Nice little crack. 9-ball going down, taking its place in the 1-ball, or cue ball, getting put in the bottom. And I don't even think Brandon realizes that he has.
He's watching what's going on next to us. Oh, look at that.
Hey, I can make this. He actually has a chance just to make the 3-9 combo. And
Nice.
there it is. And then notice he went rail first with that.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah, it was kind of close to the rail anyway. It's a safer way to go after it.
Well, it guarantees you're not going to get behind it.
Right. I've seen that happen. You spit the 9-ball out the wrong direction.
Yeah. The only place you can go to and you get off the rail, or get in behind it and shoot it off the rail. Now Brandon is racking these balls with a rack, and Adam is racking them with the ultimate racking template, who has been gracious enough to donate some racks. A couple other of our gracious sponsors. The Bank Shot Calculator. If you like banks, you might consider getting that for your iPhone or your iPad. It teaches you how to do banks. You know, any bank in the world. And Brandon, it didn't take him long to key in on the idea that you can make that corner ball from that side. He didn't get lucky and get a shot, but he at least has a move to put him behind a 4 or even all the way down table. Oh, he didn't get behind the 4. He didn't spin it enough. Not an easy shot here to get started for Adam. So, Kamui tips. That's why I never had one on my stick.
Why?
Because it wasn't around for years after I quit playing.
Oh.
Like I said, we were out at Ron Geyer's booth today just chatting, and it had hit me. I don't have a Kamui tip, and, obviously didn't even know where my stick was for a good number of years. Had to dig it out.
Oh. What is it, anyway?
It's a Falcon with I have a Predator brake cue and a Falcon, a couple of Falcons. Coming around. He got there. Good shot.
Well, if any of you have a chance to click on any of those links on your screen, one of them Seaberts, and they have just about everything under the sun for billiard-related products. And if any of you want to try out the Kamui Chalk or the Kamui tip tool, they actually have it there, and I even think they have a video on how to use the tip tool on their website. And if you have a moment to do a special shout out to them through their email box there and say thank you for sponsoring this event, I'd really appreciate it. Team here has worked very, very hard for this last week, and I really appreciate JR and Alvin.
Thank you. We definitely appreciate all the things that you do for the industry and the players.
Thank you.
We just try and match your efforts.
Yeah.
You raise the bar, sir.
Thank you. All right, Brandon has another one under.
All right. Why don't we take a minute and roll some of that beautiful bean footage from one of our sponsors. sitting on a 3-2 deficit. Breaking in game 6 here.
I got the one ball in. Some difficulty there with the 8 and 9. Oh, nice. Oh, that looked like it was going to go in. That one went in.
Yeah, as soon as you overcut that ball, it finds the hole for sure.
About, what, 12 feet away? A great trick shot there, Brandon.
Well, the 8-9's a little bit funny here. I think there's a good shot at it. 8 really doesn't look like it's going past the 9 into the hole. The 8-9 doesn't really seem to have anything. But Adam's looking, he's saying, what if I get here? Can I hit into that and follow? Can I draw and come for the 5? He's looking at definitely bringing something to the party that looks like a break shot. And
Oh, no, that's not it.
okay, he knows he hit this poorly.
What is he trying to do here?
Well, he was going to get an angle the other way so that the cue could run into the 8. And have a shot on the 5 where he could get down on the 6. I think he has the ability to play safe on this 8, but I've never really liked playing safe on the last 2 balls, even though it needs to be done from time to time. This may be one of those times. I think he's going to take a shot at coming by and clipping the 8-9 as he gets position on the 6. He's going to hit this with high right and miss the side pocket. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think he's going to hit the 8-9. No, he missed it. Brandon knew that shot well.
He did.
Good hit. I think he might get the safety here.
Not a cue ball. No?
I think he got a window.
Yeah. This table is a little angry right now.
Well, it's giving these guys some hard shots, and they're not being able to put them away right now. Isn't that the way it always is, though?
Mm-hmm. think Alex won that match against Shane.
I think he did.
Dinner was really good, wasn't it? We're both slouching back.
Oh, my Lord.
It was Paula Dean's restaurant.
Paula Dean me in. That's what you did.
Yeah, in this shop we saw this really funny shirt. It says my Eaton shirt.
I think this one might grow legs. It's going to give Brandon a little edge. And it gave him the important edge. The amount of edge that he can use to be seen to make that ball and get Poe.
Oh, wow. He fired that one in. Both ways.
You know, there's such an idea as snake bit, but you still have to make sure it doesn't scratch. If you just let it wing around table like that, that hole has been there for 400 years, is what a guy, he used to say in the pool room all the time. He'd just start laughing. Ha, 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 that hole's been there for 400 years, and you still can't miss it. Well, Adam's looking at coming up and clipping you the 8, and I agree with the follow shot here, the direct follow shot. So if you're wondering why he's playing something a little messed up, he wants to hit the 8 only, folks, the top side or the middle, the other side. If he does hit the 9, that'll be all right. It'll let the cue run away from the 7, and the 8 might not get in the way so much. But the cue will take off. And it'll probably be even with the 7. It'll be up by that 3rd diamond in a heartbeat. Good shot. He did catch both balls and did it with a flat enough ball that nothing funny was going to happen. Good shot. Adam Smith gets the hill. Take a second and hear from one of our sponsors.
When we broke down a performance shaft to see how it works and how to make it better, you will ask yourself, how do we ever shoot without it?
We felt that we could create something better. The Viking Exact Shot.
And we're back. 4-2 in favor of Adam Smith. He's going to break him up. And I'll even go out on a limb and say, good night, 5-ball.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a special way to position these.
Oh, look at this. He missed the 5-ball somehow. And has come up dry on the break. Now, this is what Brandon wanted to see. He wanted to see something where He was safe behind the ball, and he had to push out. Pretty good shot here. I think Adam's going to be smart enough to take this kick shot. See if he can kick up between the 8-2 with the Q, or with the 1. And trust me, he knows what he's doing here. He wants to use his 3 to run a screen. Come in, hit that 1. And if he can hit it that way, sometimes a Q can run that way as well, depending on how far away from it you hit it. In other words, and a quarter inch away from the natural hit with a lot of left-hand English. He's going to let Brandon shoot at it, and I think Brandon very much appreciates the fact that he's letting him shoot this. You did get a rail. More than likely going to put him behind a 4 here. Good shot. So 9 years, and what kind of growth do you think you would say that you had from year 1 to year 9?
Oh, the amount of growth. Well, the growth was, the biggest part of it was seen during the Super Billiards Expo. Leading up to it, during it, and right after.
Mm-hmm.
It was the most amount of orders I've ever seen, and it was kind of a train wreck on the factory. It was a learning experience for us. When something like that happens, we start looking into books.
Mm-hmm.
So when I start reading books, how do we solve this issue? And it was a factory production to ordering communication, and it's now a lot more efficient process of it's real-time inventory. The Japanese are really great about just-in-time production.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a great lesson of that when I was over in Japan. I toured the Mazda factory, and they're in Hiroshima.
Okay.
So I understand completely how that process goes, and so we've pretty much adopted that type of process, so that way we're not making too many super softs when we should be making more softs.
Mm-hmm.
Or making more chalk when we that type of thing. Keeping a nice even balance, and that way the factory is running it like a fine-tuned machine. So that was a learning experience from that growth spurt, which was a very good thing. So now we know how to handle that and more, and handle more growth if it is there.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
That was a long answer.
Well, we appreciate it. Trust me. just got word that the 8-ball finals is coming in right after this, and that is going to be Robert Frost and Jason Klatt. So won't be but a few minutes after the end of this match, and we're going to have another final coming off. And one of these guys is going to get $1,000.
Yeah.
Guaranteed by Kamui as our title sponsor. He's got the lockbox, the safe, got the handcuff to the wrist. He's got bodyguards, guys with guns and glasses and big dogs.
Yeah. I have to be ready to do this photo op with the winnings and the winner. Before we start the stream and the final for the 8-ball.
Well, Adam is in pretty good position here. He's at least on the 8. He might not have the best position, I think. He's a little bit on the wrong side.
So when the 8-ball final starts, I'd like to have my buddy Danny Cintron come in. Is that cool?
That is cool.
All right.
Is he going to replace me or you?
Me.
Very excellent. Yes, we can have Danny Cintron as our special guest commentator for the 8-ball action.
CJ Wiley just poked his nose into the door and out he goes.
They're
He's
still
looking for
playing,
something.
and yeah.
That was nice to see CJ here.
Yeah. And there's your winner, Adam Smith. Adam Smith has won the 9-ball division of the Kamui Pay or Play. I want to take a second and thank Kamui for their sponsorship of this event. Of course, Diamond Billiard Products, Cyberx.com, Simona's Cloth, and Viking Cues, all of them great sponsors of the event. We really appreciate it. Do us a favor and go by and say thank you for your sponsorship of the event and making the live stream possible. And at the same time, you know, of course, we got another final coming your way. Really appreciate you guys hanging out. And I really appreciate John Bertone, your involvement, and coming over and hanging out with us this hour.
Thank you very much. And I'm over and out. I'm going to go give some guy a bunch of money.
Go give him a bunch of money. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks.
Right,
Bye.
bye, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be having a few more finals coming your way in just a few minutes, guys. Thanks.